So we got actually a spicy pioneer one. So something different. Oh my god, it really is different. What is this? So which I'll just put this on feature match now. The names and stuff are not correct. I still am finishing them, but they're starting, so I'm going to I'm working on it, team.
My gosh.
So your Pioneer decks are actually kind of interesting because it's a Buyer's of Invention against Boros Feather, which is definitely a 75. Gosh. And then, like, Winter's playing black. It's a little off screen there, but Michael is playing Lurrus. So left record, which is their team, is 1-2 dash show. Tab is 1-2. Oh, for that update. So we got these correct. So we do have Hammer Time playing against Red Black Lurrus, the Modern the Gathering game. And then we'll probably slowly work our way down, going through Pioneer and then going to Standard. So we start off with Thoughtseize, which is probably pretty brutal because it looked like Alex was on a Malta 6. We're probably just grabbing the gift, I would imagine. Unless he has another. Oh, wait, we're both on a Malta 6. So it doesn't feel as bad. It's either the Stoneforge or the Steel Shaper's gift. But Gago's team got the buy. So they won. Because they're better than everybody else. Alex grabs a die. He knows he's playing a Saga. So against a discard deck, I think I potentially like holding the gift just for the fact that like they might make you discard your hammer if you go get one. Or a Croxa here. Alex I think is pretty safe to just say screw it to one of these lands. Like don't get rid of your card that equips something. This next turn could be really good for the hammer player. I think it was just another land, so it's not going to be great. We play a second Saga. I feel like I like getting another white source down. I did not do a prediction either, but I like getting a white source down for the Pure Steel Paladin. Because, like, although Alex doesn't have one in hand, that's kind of like the play you'd want to be able to make it to. And this Saga is going to pop, not be able to do anything. The second Saga is also going to pop and not be able to do anything. Like, by making any... Well, you can technically play a land, like float a mana off the first one, play a land, and then make a construct, but you're getting a lot less value than you probably could have got, or you probably could get. So 3 here. I can't grab that card brick. That's 2 mana. I was thinking about grabbing Shadow Spear, but you cannot. That would be illegal. And yeah, Bibbs, I don't know if I addressed what you said, but no. Kyle has been getting rickrolled, so we're just gonna let him sulk in it. Be sad if he wants to be sad. Apparently, there's an extra round today, by the way. Apparently, it is round 4 of 7. instead of round 4 of 6. So I'm here for like another hour. Yeah, 7 rounds of break. Very pog. The worst part is that means I have to edit like another video. We get a steel shaped gift. We go look. I'm not opposed to getting a nettle cyst here. Or a plating. A mana dork makes sense. Shadow Spear makes sense. Probably the most. No, so it is 5 rounds and then it's cut to top 4. Based on the teams and like how this is working. Our judge is handling all that. Because you can add rounds individually. Like you can add rounds individually. Put constructor, my friend. I haven't played a ton of Hammer Time. I don't know if this is what they're supposed to grab. Maybe somebody else knows. If you've played Hammer. I was kind of thinking Shadow Spear. But I don't know. Alex, I appreciate the effort. I can't see it anyway. Because generally you can tell what number it is because it's in between 2 numbers, but it's in between 10 and 14. So I don't know what number that is. Alex at 17. And of course, I can't see the bottom either. So that's cool. We are phoning a friend. We're basically talking about Gulligan's Command. We're going to pop this, kill the creature. Which I think that's probably just a smart thing to do. Just get the creatures out. You know Alex is going to go down to 1 land after this. This is probably one of the weirdest Modern the Gathering games I've seen. Torok, kicking it for 2, making Alex discard 2. Well, 1, but you know how it be. Draw the Saga. We got there. It's gonna blow to mana. About all we really can do. So, team, how we doing? This game's a little weird, kind of uneventful. We just have a Torok and a whatever the card's called. Ornithopter. There we go. We just kind of have Torok and Ornithopter just staring at each other. And a Memnite now, so. Bye, Lurrus. Play that makes sense. Get hit for 4, go down to 14, or 3, go down to 14. Wait, we have a Stoneforge Mystic. And this is where I think you just guarantee to grab a Shadow Spear. Because you just have this flying Ornithopter that you can just use. You do... Oh, okay. We're still thinking about what to grab. I was going to say, Alex, we do have to reveal this. Can't be cheating, you know? There's an argument if you had like a sword in the main board, or, well, that's... Actually, I might like grabbing Sword Fire and Ice there. Just for the pure fact that, like, you'll give it protection from red. But, like, not even necessarily that. More or less, like, If you put that on your Ornithopter and you hit him, you can start killing off his threats. Like, for example, you can kill the Lurrus, you can kill Torok, I think. This. Ooh, I don't know. I think Torok normally is a 2-1, so the one counter makes it a 3-2. Man, I'm getting good at this game. Yeah, it's a 2-1, so it would have been a 3-2. So Fire and Ice hitting your opponent. Obviously, you don't have a whole ton of mana to work with. Your Ornithopter's dead. Ornithopter's dead, so it's not going to matter too much. Game is definitely getting harder for Alex to win. And Mike is crushing. He's got a Lurrus. I don't doubt that we just see Bobble Lurrus Bobble here. Especially after looking at the card. What is Bobble? Take another peek. Ah, okay. Shows me. Very nice. It's a Saga. That card seems good, but especially because we have found a Scarzade, but I don't know if it's going to be fast enough because we're now just going to play this. We're going to jam a Croxa potentially, or just hold up the Unholy Heat. Like it's not going to matter. So we see Michael take the game. Yeah, I didn't get him this time. I'm sorry, Gamma. There wasn't a whole lot of people predicting anyway at the time, so. But let us hop over to one of these other games. I'm gonna hop over to the Pioneer game. Okay, why did we do this? What is happening? We have a Is this where our Storm the Festival found? It was 2 Arboreal Grazers? Oh man, we got blockers 4 days, brother. This is the content I live for. So, second spell is a big thick boy and a big yikers. Okay, so I actually weirdly think that Bjork takes that down because he had a Cavalier of Flames in play. So he can give all of his creatures haste. And I think trample? And he can keep doing it? That is a card that I have not seen for a while. Oh, when Cavalier in his battlefield, discard any number of cards. Draw make cards, deals X damage to each opponent. Control. What's its ability? You're not telling me. Effect. 1 in a red. Creatures you control get a 1/0 and gain haste until end turn. So they don't get trampled, but you can keep pumping them. Good job, MTG bot. You're the best. Not letting my chat become famous might be rude. Here's our standard The Gathering game. I'll remove that for now. Oh, we're just kind of looking. It looks like we're having a little bit of conversation to kind of see what's happening. Dude, this is twice that I've seen a conversation and tried to skip to it to kind of show interaction. And they just stopped doing it. Cringe, chat. Cringe. I don't understand what's happening. There's an interesting card. If he targets it with a spell, he gets to draw a card. I do know that, though. I do not know what it's called, though. And I've said though too many times. We're going back to the modern game because I assume they're still sideboarding. So we're going to skip the We're gonna look at this. Man. So things that you'd like to see Alex do is keep a hand of 7 for the most part, especially playing against a discard deck. We've seen Croxa, Thoughtseize. You could probably plan on playing Inquisition. You have Culligan's Command. You have Torok. Michael just wants to make sure that basically he gets to 3 lands and is able to hold up his artifact destruction to basically stop from getting crushed by a hammer. The main thing for him to win. Try to potentially get your Lurrus in as quick as possible. Not necessarily for the lifelink, but the reoccurring spells. Croxa cycling's pretty good in the spot. Just making fewer cards in hand. York made a joke with me, like, "You happy with me, Brick?" I'm like, "Why, man?" He goes, "I'm outside touching grass today." And I was like, "Yeah, man, ever since New World came out in Battlefield, you've been having a good time playing away at those games. Haven't come visit the boys, you know?" I get it, though. Everybody was playing New World when it first came out. Hmm. Oh, now that they're done sideboarding, we're just gonna be ready for decks to be presented, be cut. I think Alex already offered to cut, but Mike might have already done it. Or Michael. I want to say his name's Michael. They just abbreviated it to Mike. But oh no. So I didn't quite get to see Alex's hand. I know that I think Alex has pretty good cards. We have a Thopter, we have the Pure Steel Paladin. Hopefully we have like 2 white. We do have 2 white mana. I don't think there's a Saga in hand, but it might be just one of those hands where you don't even need the Saga. We're just hoping to get the hammer and go about it. I think we can see Kyle asking some questions about a specific hand and what he thinks about it. Or Alex handed his hand to opposite way. I said it the wrong way. Alex gave his hand to Kyle, and Kyle said, "Nah, I think you should probably pitch it." I don't know if Alex made it clear that he is playing against a discard deck, and sometimes you're just gonna have to take a little bit of a worse hand just for the fact that, like, going down on cards and getting any of your good cards discarded is just gonna be worse for you. But you are on the play, so you do get some protection of your cards. Like, I would like to see land Sigarda's Aid so it can't be taken from you. So I would like to see land, aid, Ornithopter, and then just pray that you just rip a hammer. Kind of situation. Oh my lord. Jandrovic 93. That's what I'm going with. Thanks for the follow. We appreciate it. So, exactly what Alex did. You talking like the white black version? That's like playing Thoughtseizes and stuff like that? Or just like this, but without like the sword of fire and ice in the main to lose Lurrus? Because I think Lurrus is pretty important as well. Um, so here I would like to see Alex play the Saga, which he does. And of course I haven't played Hammer a ton, so like I could be wrong. But I think I like getting Saga down here because you're eventually going to be able to get a hammer, equip it, and smack them. Because your Ink Moth will be able to attack by that point. And your Ink Moth kind of has some protection. And this play you have 2 cards in hand, so even if he makes you... That's a Shattering Spree, but... Even if he makes you do something where you have to discard a card, you can protect it. But we will see what happens here. See them talking over a couple of things. Was his teammate here? See if what he wants to do is the right thing. So he plays Torok. Doesn't make Alex discard anything now, but is going to try to reap the benefits of making Alex discard stuff later. But here, I think you're just like, you play your Ink Moth. Although, like, you would like to double white source, I think you have a way to get your hammer in. So I think you want to play your Ink Moth. Oh, I don't know if I like what just happened at all. Oh, no. I think you just play a land, make construct on instep. Is Shattering Spree an instant or a sword? Oh man, the timer hasn't been up. Jack, come on. You gotta yell at me when I do stuff like that. Yeah, because Shattering Spree is a sorcery. I don't even know if Alex is considering the card. But I bro, I think I'm with you. I think what just happened? I mean, you play the Ink Moth, right? Because now I'd be able to attack his turn. You get a hammer. You got like, because on your upkeep, like you float a mana with Saga, activate your Ink Moth. You put in a hammer. You equipped it when the hammer enters, and then you activate your Ink Moth again to give it flying, and then you just hit him for 10, right? We got no assist. Oh no! Oh lordy. I mean, that line is right, right? Team, somebody help me. I'm writing it down. Yeah, nah, dude, we're gonna fix stuff that cost 3. I don't even know if Alex considered what we talked about just now. Could you imagine? Somebody tried to tell me it fetches 2, and I said, you're full of shit. Okay, thanks to me, I was just like, not playing a ton of hammer. I was just like, I feel like that was just the win. Because I don't even think Michael had anything to deal with it. Because we see a DRC, a Shattering Spree, which is sorcery. I don't know the 3rd card in his hand. Yeah, yeah. I was meaning like the play. I don't know if when you came back, I know you were chatting earlier. But I was meaning like the play to activate it with the Saga mana, and then the Saga get a hammer. You put in hammer, you equipped it, and then use that extra mana to give it flying again. If you feel obligated to give it flying again. So standard's already over. Kyle, I think, got crushed again. I think Alex's teammates helping. This is why it's taking so long. Alex has touch hammer for the very first time yesterday. Had never played it before. This is actually Kyle's deck. And Alex goes, I don't really have a deck to play for the 1K. But like, you want me on your team, I'll come play, but like, I'll need something. And Kyle's like, oh, I just built Hammer Time, you can play Modern. And Alex like, sure. Wasn't really comfortable about it, I think. It was just kind of like, okay. But I'll be sure to tell Alex what happened after. I'm literally writing it down so I don't forget. Yeah, and like the decks that I think Alex has played in the past don't really do a whole lot of like, oh, on upkeep do extinct. For example, like a play that you'll see sometimes with a Dragon Race Chandler before they draw is they'll cast like the bolt they plan to cast a turn anyway, but they'll get to look at their top card that they're about to draw so that they can either pitch it or do some stuff like that. Like playing any modern deck against other modern decks is just hard in general. Now playing a brand new modern deck, thinking of all the stuff your opponent can have while trying to play optimally is pretty tough. And I think just because a lot of times people see the very easy line where Hammer Time just goes, oh, play Hammer, equip, kill you. You know, like it's kind of like Storm. A lot of people can do the easy grab the cards with gift, win with Storm, but like doing the hard things to win with Storm is a lot harder. Like when your gifts package has to be weird to kind of like figure out what cards are in your opponent's hand, for example, comes up to me. But like, we have Terminate. But like, so that was the other card in hand that I didn't see before, but Terminate would not have been able to be played, I don't think, because I think he had two. That's just a blood crypt. So I don't think it would have mattered anyway. He'd have been able to like terminate the land. I think. There are 6 people out there. If they mess that up, then I don't know what to say. I'm going to put it. I won't move it. Real quick, so the table in the middle, are they done playing? So like Bjork and his opponent, are they still playing?
They still have.
If they have cards out, they're probably still playing.
Yeah, I mean, he still has hands.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just looked out and I saw him kind of like looking to the right a lot, so I thought maybe that they were done, so that they were all just watching this game. But
He said that he started to tick. You been in here all day?
Yeah.
By yourself?
Yeah.
No commentary?
Solo commentary. Though it's like when the games are happening, it's fine. It's like the awkward 9 minutes that I don't have a match that I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. Or if you have somebody else in here, you can bounce questions off them at least.
Bouncing in and out. Alex's trip.
Hmm?
It's Alex's trip.
Uh,
He needs to finish dyeing his hair there. He looks a lot like me.
on thin ice. We're taking the Lurrus. Target play with a counter. It gets counters for every card that gets discarded. Oh, I want to refresh this. I want to see if they won or not. Kyle got crushed already again.
Yeah.
Like, Kyle looked at me and was like, I'm 06. And now I think he's 08.
Mm-hmm.
Just running into the blue-red piles that are just popping.
A lot of teams playing the exact same deck.
Yeah, it's kind of because of the comfort thing. Like, if I'm playing blue-red, I'm able to help you playing your blue-red pile.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kyle's team is...
No, I mean,
these two teams are probably the most, like, different style decks that you can have. Or not that you can have. You can obviously have any number of style decks, but, like...
that might not be completely accurate. From what I've seen out on the floor, it seemed like these three people have this, 3 sets of decks.
Yeah.
And then they'll play the exact same deck.
Like, yeah, standard's pretty well blue-red.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for the most part, are blue-red X or, like, even blue X. The only one I've seen so far that's not been that way has been mono white.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, sure.
He just went home.
Huh?
He just went home.
Kyle?
No, the mono white.
Oh, yeah. Kind of figured people were going to start dropping because they're just out of chances.
Mm-hmm.
But,
All right.
yeah. I think that this match is pretty well over, too. Replicate it twice. Pay the extra mana. Because Esper Sentinel is also an artifact. Do you know that?
Yes, I did know that. I play an artifact deck.
Oh, yeah, you do play artifacts, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Just over there a little more. But
That's right.
we had a little bit of an issue because, not issue necessarily, but there was a situation where we thought Alex kind of punted this game. When I go tell Alex is going to be so sad. So I'm just kind of like, I'm waiting for this game to end. I just kind of want to be like, I just kind of want to go tell him. But I have to wait for the entire match to be done. Yeah, so I think he replicated it. And the extra mana that was tapped was to pay for the Esper Sentinel, so Alex didn't get to draw a card. The Shizuru, I think, was used to tap. I mean, I could be wrong. He had it. I could be wrong. There were a lot of people standing, like, there were still 6 people observing, but I think he used the Shizuru to pay for the Esper Sentinel, and then tapped one of the flip lands and then a dual land. Not like a dual land, but like, like a black crit. Yeah. I know, it was confusing to me too, because I saw the black mana tapped, and I was like, oh yeah, there's an Esper Sentinel in play. Like, and then the copy doesn't trigger the Sentinel. So we're going to hop over to the Pioneer game, because I believe it's the only one left. Unless, like, Bjork's just going to pick it up, I would imagine, because, like...
that is
yeah.
board state right there.
Well, the thing is, the worst part about it is I'm pretty sure Bjork won both his both his games, but his 2 teammates lost both their games.